The biggest thing that surprised me about hair loss is how long it takes to regrow it again. You see huge numbers like 539% improvement, and you think you will get a full head of hair in just a week. That is not how it works. When my hair was at its worst, I was confused because I was chasing a miracle instead of understanding the science. I didn't need magic, I needed protection from the hair I still had. So today, this video is all about Clascoterone, the new treatment that could act like a shield for your hair. We will go over how it works at the root level, what the clinical data shows, and how it could help you manage a receding hairline without affecting your hormones. Clascoterone, also called Breezula, is trying to fix a big problem in hair loss treatments. Because most men face a choice. Use something that really works but can affect your whole body, or play it safe and risk not seeing results. A lot of people don't realize this, but when you are desperate, it is easy to fall for quick fixes. Clascoterone stands out because it works right at the scalp, not inside your whole body. Today I want to break down the real science behind Clascoterone, why 2026 is such an important year, and how this treatment can change how we deal with our receding hairline without changing the hormones in your body. To understand why Clascoterone could be a big deal, we need to understand how hair loss really works. Most historical treatments such as finasteride or dutasteride try to lower DHT in your whole body. That can help, but it's not very direct. By the way, DHT is a hormone made from testosterone. Your body needs it, but at the scalp, it can be bad for your hair. In people who are sensitive to it, DHT attaches to hair roots and slowly makes them smaller. Over time, hair grows thinner and can stop growing. That is why most treatments focus on blocking DHT, especially around the hairline and crown. Clascoterone works in a different way. It is a topical blocker, meaning you put it on your skin. It doesn't try to lower DHT in your body. Instead, it blocks DHT right at the hair root. Think of the hair like a lock and DHT like a key that makes the hair shrink. Clascoterone is like a broken key that goes into the lock first, so the real DHT can't get in. Because it's used on the skin and breaks down quickly once it enters your bloodstream, it mainly works where you apply it. This kind of local protection is something that people have wanted for a long time. And after years of taking care of my own hair, I have learned that protecting your follicle directly often works better than trying to fix everything from inside your body. That is why I focus on treatments like topical minoxidil and microneedling. And yet what surprises me the most is how people settle on treatments that affect their whole body just because they think that there's no other better option. A topical anti-androgen solution such as Clascoterone changes that. It targets your hair directly while leaving the rest of your body alone. Now let's talk about the phase 3 data, because that is what really matters. Reports from Cosmo Pharmaceuticals and Dermatology Times show strong results. In one study, Clascoterone 5% showed up to 539% improvement compared to placebo. In another study, it showed 168% improvement. Phew, but we need to slow down here. These are relative numbers, meaning they compare growth to people that were losing hair. When you look at the real numbers, the average gain was about 40 new hairs per square centimeter. That may not sound crazy, but it's actually pretty solid. It is actually similar to what you would expect from taking finasteride every day, just delivered as a cream that works directly at your hair roots. But this is where expectations matter. Hair regrowth is slow. You won't see results in a week. In these studies, results were measured at 3 to 6 months. And if you are not consistent applying it, the treatments won't work. The science only can help you if you stick to a routine. Now, also, before we get too excited, we need to be honest. We have seen this before. A few years ago, everyone was very excited about pyrilutamide, also called KX826. It sounded very similar to Clascoterone. It was also a topical anti-androgen solution that promised to block DHT without affecting the rest of your hormones. The phase 2 trials looked good. Hair counts improved, safety looked fine, and people thought this might be the answer. Then phase 3 results came out, and they were disappointing. This bigger study showed much smaller improvements. In some cases, the results were barely better than placebo. That was already bad, but what comes next is even worse. Even after phase 3 weak results, pyrilutamide didn't disappear. The company behind it, Kintor, now sells it directly to consumers, even on Amazon. And if you read the product page, the warning signs are pretty clear. You will see things like 84% of users reported thicker hair, vague claims like healthier and stronger hair, no clear hair count numbers, no mention of failed phase 3 results, and strange claims about hard water and oily scalp that have nothing to do with hair loss. That's not real science, that's marketing. That is why I am careful but still hopeful about Clascoterone. The idea makes sense, just like pyrilutamide did. But the difference is that Clascoterone's phase 3 results actually held up. The improvements were consistent and measurable. That is a big deal. Now, while we wait for approval and likely release in the second half of 2026, many people ask what they should do right now. And I'll be very clear. Stopping treatments to wait is a really bad idea. Hair you lose today may not come back later. This is where my partnership with Ulo comes in. I work with Ulo because they work with products we already know that work, also used locally. I personally recommend their topical finasteride 0.2%, which follows the same idea as Clascoterone. Block DHT right at the scalp. And I want to be clear about partnerships. I only work with companies that match the science I talk about here. When my hair was at its worst, I didn't have access to good topical options, and I wasted a lot of time guessing. So, to sum up, looking ahead, Clascoterone points to a future of blocking hair loss in a targeted area. But no treatment is magic. Dead follicles won't come back alive. These treatments work best at hair that is still alive but thinning, which is why starting early really matters. One interesting area is the temple area and hairline. These spots are very sensitive to DHT, so a direct blocker like Clascoterone may work better there than the pills. And 2026 could be a huge year for hair loss. Clascoterone is the first new approach in decades that targets the cause without changing hormones in the whole body. Just remember, consistency is everything. I'll keep watching the research and share updates as soon as new data comes out. If this video helped you, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And until next time, I wish you a happy hair journey. Bye.